Welcome to another episode of It's Been 2 weeks. It's been more than 2 weeks, actually, now that I think about it.
Been 4?
Yeah, basically a month since the last time we got together and did this. The last episode was a part 2 of your interview.
Yeah, I know.
Where you talked about your previous work in a law
Drinking
firm.
and driving.
Huh?
Drinking and driving.
Drinking and driving. Jesus Christ. We are recording on a Friday today, so today is Friday, August the 21st. So yeah, John, it's been more than 2 weeks.
Yeah. I wish I could say kind of like eventful in terms of like it's just the same shit. I'm just talking not even like personal life. I'm just saying in the world and in the country. It's like Groundhog's Day.
It really does feel like that a lot. I don't know what to do about it either. Like legitimately
can't eat anything. Nothing safe to eat. Well, to be fair, I think California is probably kind of one of the few insulated states from that. I think
we're actually insulated from that
because we have our own regulations, I believe.
Do we?
I think so.
I didn't know that.
Because if you notice, a lot of it just seems to be like Texas and Florida or some of the main places.
Yeah, all those big places.
So.
Well, I mean, like, it's just been like, as far as like what's new with me, nothing's really new other than I started going to the gym and pretty much that's it. But honestly, like...
Hey, you almost burned to death too.
Huh?
You almost burned to death.
Oh, yeah, I did almost burn to death. Actually, that's a story that I should definitely say.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So, this was, what was it, like 3 weeks ago, I want to say?
I think so, yeah.
About 3 weeks ago, where I was just, look, honestly, I'm just going to say it this way. So I felt pretty damn proud of myself. I felt like I had like been productive and done so much and shit like that. I was like, I feel like I need like a day to just chill, drink beers, and play games.
How is that different from most days, Will?
I don't drink as much as I used to. So
that's the only difference.
That's the only difference. But I felt like I was like, all right, cool. You know, I want this. I deserve it. Right. So I ended up buying beer and I was like drinking and playing games with friends online, Overwatch in particular. And mind you, it was during that fucking week where it was fucking hot as fuck, where we had a heat wave or a heat advisory that had started fucking last week and was supposed to end the weekend. Yeah. And then what's funny is that immediately after that heat advisory ended, we got another one. Yeah. Like just like back to back. Anywho, so we're talking about like, it's maybe like around, I want to say it had to have been like 7 or 8 at night, I guess you could say. And sun's still up because, you know, daylight savings time. And one of the fucking neighbors is knocking on a door and saying, it's like, hey, there's smoke coming out of the out of the roof on your unit. And we're like, what the fuck? Okay, so I just immediately turn everything off, like just disconnect, shut down, push the power, and I go outside. And would you know, there's like a little string of fucking smoke coming out from one of the cracks of the stucco. And so I fucking immediately call the fire department because I'm like, yeah, I gotta you don't never know, right?
Yeah.
Fire department comes in. They're like, yeah, we see like it's slightly hotter in one spot, but we can't say that it's a fire. Like I would just say, like they told us just call an electrician and have them check it out. I was like, all right, cool. So
they went at night and stuff?
Huh?
They went. Well, I guess it wasn't technically night.
It wasn't like night, but yeah, they came in and they responded fairly quickly too. It was like within like
they're I mean they kind of have to.
Yeah, because I mean like it was within like I want to say not even 10 minutes after I made the call.
The response times is definitely better than the cops.
That is true. Oh, the times that I had to call cops when I was working at Rite Aid and they came in like on a good one, maybe like 30, 45 minutes after the call. The worst is like literally at night after like a whole like 4 hours after the whole
like
fucking
an entire shift later.
Yeah, an entire shift later. And they're like, yeah, we're just here for a call. I'm like, bitch, that shit happened like 4 hours ago. What the fuck are you doing here? Anywho, back to the story. So, I had to basically like turn off all the fucking breakers. And then I was like, kind of like just playing deduction and figuring out which one is the one that was probably the problematic one. Found the breaker that was a problematic one. That one was left off. Everything else was on. And we didn't burn down then or anything of that sort. So, I had called the landlord, told them about the whole issue. They said, we'll be there the next day to try to see what's going on. Meanwhile, just don't use the power for that particular breaker. And mind you, it's fucking hot. So like we had to find some sort of way to have some sort of like ventilation or some fans to cool us down. Next day comes in, they're like, oh, the electrician can't make it, so they'll be there on Monday. This happened on Saturday. So Monday comes in, they come in, they replace the plugs, and they're like, that should be the problem. That should be it, because the plugs are all fucked up. And we're like, okay, cool. I hook up everything thinking that it's all fucking good. And then there's like a little brownout situation happening in those particular plugs. And I'm like, this shit ain't fixed. So I just go back to what I did, where I just disconnected everything and stuff like that. And then I just kind of thought about it. So like the place that I live at, we're like on the outside or on the edge of the property. So like we're facing the street, right?
Street side, yeah.
Street side. And then outside there was some light fixtures that used to exist there, but then they removed them. But they never really removed the internal components or anything of that sort.
They just left the wires and
they
stuff
left the
there.
wires in there, and they just patched the hole, and they just called it a day, right? So I was like thinking, it's like, I remember when they had fucking replaced the window that we have right there. I was like, I'm pretty sure they took power from that little fucking thing and just brought it down for everything. So I had the inclination. I started touching the wall. Lo and behold, there was one little fucking spot that was hot.
A warm spot.
That was a warm spot. And I was like, yep, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. Cool. That happens. I call the landlord again and tell them about the situation. They're like, all right, they're going to come back tomorrow and fix it. They come in tomorrow or they come in the next day. And it wasn't the full team. It was just one of them. He comes in and he's like, oh shit. Yeah, that looks like that's the problem. I'm not going to be able to do it today because we're going to have to tear open the wall and we're going to have to do this shit. So it'll have to be the next day. Next day comes in, they fix it. They pull out this fucking wire. I showed you the picture of it. Literally fucking just burnt up. One fucking long ass wire that was basically making contact with metal and was causing the arcs. This had been happening most likely for at least, I want to say 13 years.
That's crazy.
It had to have been at least 13 years. And fucking like the luck that we had that it didn't catch fucking full on fire. We caught it right when it was like at that moment. Cause holy shit. It's been hot. We've been running fans on there. I'm running my computer on the same circuit too as well on one of the plugs. So like a lot of power has been drawn on that out of that fucking unit, like that circuit itself. So like we caught it just in time.
Well, and like this, like you said, the same thing's been happening for 13 years.
Yeah. So it's like
you ruined a tradition.
Mm-hmm. I guess I don't die by fire anytime soon. So the
that's how it's supposed to be. The way your ancestors went. when the cave fire would get out of control. And
stupid. But yeah, that's what happened to me, and it's crazy. I mean, they fixed the problem. Nothing's bad with it now. I ended up buying a fucking fan that was like 120 volt or 120 watts, and it's like this fucking hyper. I forgot what they call it, but the whole point is like a super high velocity fan. It has 5 speeds. That shit pushes air.
Like the helicarrier?
Yeah, pretty
you
much.
Fly with it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like that shit's fucking like I put it on the window, and that should literally like it creates the breeze that I could potentially just shift air between rooms and shit. So that's fucking, it's really, really good. But yeah. So
what's on the agenda for today, Will?
There's a couple of things, but the main story, or one of the things that I really wanted to talk about today, was a recent article that came out from the BBC where they say that Target received $1 billion boost from Trump tariffs.
And they're donating that, all right?
I don't think they are. No. When have you seen a fucking large corporation fucking donate that amount of money? In fact, they added it to their coffers and they're calling it profit. So Target recently revealed it received $994 million pre-tax reimbursement from a recent Supreme Court ruling that declared a wave of Trump tariffs unlawful. The recent refund doubled Target's profits from its second quarter, going up to $2.6 billion in comparison to their $1.3 billion of last year's second quarter.
That said pre-tax though, right?
Yeah.
So they're not going to get the full $1 billion?
I mean, they have fucking loop.
No, I know, but
you get me? Like,
I need some ray of hope.
I'm pretty sure that they're going to get less close to fucking like, it's not going to go under fucking 800 million for sure. They're like, can you imagine that? You are a fucking retailer that I understand needing to fucking like increase your prices to make profit when of this bullshit tariffs. I get that. I'm not shitting on them on that. But you do that. The government then gives you a reimbursement for those tariffs because they were illegal. And then you get to keep that money despite the fact that you already made profit on what you sold. The consumers get fucked hard. And like, because consumer paid the tariffs, paid the increase of the inflation, basically, of the cost of the product. And then that price is going to remain the same. It's not going down. When have you seen prices go down when there's no more inflation, right? It creates a fucking the new bar.
This is the new norm. Yeah.
The new norm, right? And then like they make even more profit off of that because they got their reimbursement. And that's just fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. Like, how do you support that? You know?
Well, no one has to support it.
No, I know.
Like, well, that's the problem. Is no one has to support it because it just gets done. Like,
it just gets done.
That's the system we're stuck in.
We're perpetually stuck to just kind of like accept it as for what it is, and that's it. Like, we're gonna take it, and we're gonna be happy that we were given that.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing to me is because I mean I've worked in retail. I've heard the stories. I worked in Rite Aid. What happened to Rite Aid? They went bankrupt. They fucking closed down every fucking single store that they had. One of the things that was going on, because I was working at a previous company, then COVID hit. We all got laid off. If I had waited more than the 2 weeks that I had after I had put my unemployment, I probably would have had that whole fucking year not needing to work and just living off of unemployment. But sadly, I didn't receive any money at the time. Then I was like fucking scared that I wasn't going to be able to find anything. So I applied for the Rite Aid position during COVID. I got it. And yeah, that's what ended up happening. So I had to work through all of that shit. But one of the things that I noticed while I was working in Rite Aid, and I'm pretty sure that anybody who works any sort of like retail or whatever job, I mean, at this point, any working class job is gonna fucking have the same thing, where like you'll see fucking increase in sales. You'll see like you'll hear them talk about how like they're making so much money and all this other shit, and yet you start seeing cuts to labor. You start seeing cuts to your fucking hours. You know, they're saying it's like, oh, we can't afford the labor. Like, motherfucker, you just made a fucking profit. COVID has been the most profitable thing for your fucking store, and you're gonna tell me you don't have the budget for fucking labor? And that's the thing that happens to like all of these stores too. And the fucking the what you call it? What is it when you say the thing that takes the blame? Basically,
scapegoat.
The scapegoat was essentially for the reason why they couldn't afford the budget was because of what you call it, retail theft.
Oh yeah, I do remember that being the big thing.
That was a big thing. Every fucking retail store is like, oh, it was so much retail theft. I think there was a study that was released, or even they themselves said that it was like that wasn't really the reason why they fucking went under. It was just because like they couldn't keep up with the fucking, they weren't making any sales. They weren't making any sales at all. I mean, you can't compete against Amazon. Try to compete against it. Like, what was it? When I was working at the other company back in like before, I want to say like 2015, 2016, one of the things that I was noticing is that there was no way that you could be in the Amazon storefront and compete against Amazon within its storefront. Like, you had to, like, the best way that you could make money if you wanted to sell on Amazon is if Amazon bought the product from you and they sold it.
Yeah, if they were a reseller.
They were reselling it, basically. But you selling your own products in there on your own fucking Amazon storefront? Nope. There's no way you're going to make it on that. And then Amazon, like, if Amazon isn't interested in your product, you're not getting there, you know? So, like, it's crazy shit. Like, I don't know.
Because is that the shit that gets sold as Amazon Basics then?
No.
That's their own stuff, right?
That's their own stuff. That's them basically
making.
They're not even making it. They're basically
when I say making, they're paying people to make it for them.
Yeah. They're in the same way. Like, yeah, they're basically, what is it? There's factories overseas that basically just make generic products, and then they tell them just put our label on it and then sell it. So they no. So whenever you see something when you're purchasing something and it says,
I know it says the seller. Yeah, because a lot of the times they're not even covered under Prime and shit.
Yeah. Anything that's most likely not under Prime is going to be individual sellers. But anything under Prime is most likely shipped by Amazon, so they have like everything in there, unless it's FBA, which is similar, but it's basically it's fulfilled by Amazon.
Oh,
so you pay Amazon the storage fees to hold your product in there, and then they handle the shipping and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, that's just added cost to your operations.
Yeah, might as well just. I guess I could see the benefit because it's storing and shipping as opposed to.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, it's like the only way that it's profitable for you is if you just end up doing drop shipping.
Yeah.
And I mean, drop shipping, that's just, yeah, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Like this is absurd. And Target is only the only one that's come forward so far saying about like talking about this, that they receive. What other companies have not received that fucking reimbursement? And I wonder how much they got reimbursed.
So probably like I'm trying to think of like a Home Depot.
Home Depot most likely.
I wonder
electronic stores as well too, because I mean there's a lot of shit that was fucking tariffed.
Who makes all those the RAM and video cards and all that shit?
Well, those are made overseas, but then they come over here. So
that's what I meant. Like, yeah, so all of them probably too.
Yeah, a lot of like consumer electronics too as well were fucking like tariffed up the ass, you know? It's like all this shit. And so every one of them got reimbursement or they got their money back, but not the... Well, here's the thing. So like if you ordered something online and then you had it delivered to you from like a specific, what you call it? Like if you ordered something that's from overseas and you got it delivered to you, you personally had to pay the taxes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But if you're buying something from a fucking retail store, they pay the taxes, but you pay a higher price for them, obviously.
You pay the taxes through the price.
Through price, through price.
Setting.
So like ultimately in the end, yeah, like the retailers won hard. Like
they always win.
They always win. They won so much, like $1 billion according to Target. So pre-tax. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. But I mean, God,
you'll complain about it.
You have to be so defensive of the fucking
because they'll complain about it, Will. They'll fucking complain about it.
But I mean, like,
I'd be happy if you with the $800 million.
I would too.
I'd be happy with $100 million. Give me a fucking million. That's all I want.
I don't think you would be able to do with $1 million anything.
I'd pay off my house. That's it.
I mean, that's true.
No more mortgage.
That's true. That's very true.
That's a huge load off.
God, nope. You know what? That's one of the things that. Okay, so I was thinking about this. So I want to say at least like 20 years ago, I was working in construction, and
in high school.
No, I'm like fucking 37, dog. Oh no, 10 years ago. Sorry.
I was in the 20s. You're still kind of high school.
So then maybe like I want to say more than 10 years ago. So like about 15, I want to say.
Okay. So not that long out of high school.
I mean, like not that out. Yeah, I was working construction, and what you call it? I was working at some place over in Calabasas.
God damn.
I know.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And it was this gated community for big fucking houses. Like I'm talking like mansions, basically.
Probably like where like the Kardashians and shit would live.
They lived there actually.
I figured.
They lived there. So we were constructing a house for this guy who fucking like he did wholesale of like fucking women's panties. Basically, he would produce them and then just sell them to like a bunch of these fucking what do you call these stores, like JCPenney and Macy's?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like he would sell them there, right? This motherfucker, I don't know the square footage of the house, but that shit was fucking like easily like it looked like it was. I want to say like take 3 houses down this row wide, and the back was easily like maybe add half of what you have in your backyard to it more.
So almost the width of the block.
Almost the width of the block, yeah. And
that's just the house.
That's no, so the house.
So that's the whole property.
That's the whole property, the whole property. But like the house probably extended to like where like I want to say like the end, maybe no, actually more, probably like to the halfway point of where you have your
storage,
and then the rest was just their backyard, which all they were gonna put there was a big pool. And so the house was, I mean, like the house, like I forgot how many rooms they were gonna put in there. It was gonna have its own fucking theater and all this other bullshit, like all this other stuff. And like I was working with my uncle, and all we were doing was we were doing ceiling designs. So like it was basically just like cutting plywood to a certain arc and then just giving it to him so he could nail it in the fucking thing, and that's all that stuff, right? But how much like properties out there around that time? I would imagine they would probably be going for like maybe like I don't know, the land perhaps maybe like I want to say 3 to 5 million, right? Maybe a little bit less.
For just the land, I guess. Well, I guess it depends on the acreage. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true. Like, I don't see those houses go like at the time. I didn't think the houses would go more than 10 million.
Oh no, definitely at that time, no.
At that time, no.
No.
So I was thinking about like, I wonder what they go for now.
Probably minimum, probably high 70s at the cheapest.
And I thought I was under the impression maybe like 50.
Really? No, I'm thinking. All right, hold on. It's you keep
I-
keep.
I would
creating-
I wouldn't be surprised if it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like above 50. But for some reason, I was like, oh, maybe they're going for 50 million now or something like that. Because it's a gated community. It's like these huge ass houses. So I don't know. That's just my train of thought. Because I mean, you can't buy a fucking decent house anymore for what you call it, for less than $1 million around here.
The median, excuse me, the median listing home price in Calabasas, California, is approximately. You want to take a guess?
I'm going with 50.
1.8 million, with single-family homes averaging around 1.9 million, and overall listing inventory moving in about 49 to 60 days. Prices vary significantly depending on the neighborhood, ranging from townhomes and smaller properties to ultra luxury guarded gated estates like you were talking about. So
the medium is 1.8 million.
yeah, so this is the market breakdown by neighborhoods. The Oaks, the median home value exceeds 5.0 million. Calabasas Park, around 2.2 million. Calabasas Hills, family oriented neighborhoods, 1.7 million. Greater Moldwood, 1.6 to 1.9, and then Historic Quarter, just 1 million.
Ain't no way those houses would be around that. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that's still just kind of like averaging all
Like,
out.
I think I mentioned it before on this podcast, but where ELAC is,
Yeah.
just up the hill, some of those houses are in the million, or $1 million.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it's just, and imagine, I would imagine, depending on the ultra luxury ones, like the 2 million is probably, I wouldn't say cheap, but I wouldn't, for a house the kind of the way you're describing it, the size, I mean, it doesn't seem that much.
It really
Because
isn't.
you think about the smaller ones that celebrities have up here, like, you know, those are like $5-10 million, some of them.
right,
But
right.
it's just a lot of it from like views and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? It's not even like so these are,
I could see that, I guess. Yeah.
think about it this way. And this is just because of inflation, not because I have money. This house is over $500,000.
Yeah, I can
You
see.
know what
I
I mean?
can see
So
that. Yeah.
it's just,
Yeah.
and I'm in the hood.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
no, yeah,
It's
absolutely.
just,
I mean, like properties around my that when they sold out, they sold them for over $500,000, and then once they did those fucking what you call it, those
Yeah.
apartment buildings, they were selling them for $1 million.
that's what I'm saying. Like the million, the 1.9 and stuff, that doesn't seem super crazy to me.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little too cheap for the area. You get me? For the luxury.
Yeah, but I think they're also one of those places where I think it's more of a status thing.
That is true. You're like in the fucking all the way out there in nowhere, like.
But that's the point for those people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like someone in fucking New York paying like $1 million for a penthouse, a fucking apartment,
yeah, yeah.
you know?
God damn.
And you're renting that. You're not even owning
Yeah,
that.
you're not even owning it too. That's the thing. God, can you imagine? Oh God, no, I can't even imagine because I like it's.
Yeah, when you have that kind of money, shit like that doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
even fucking like make a dent or anything of that sort. But that was like one of the things that I was thinking about. I was like, I don't even think you could like, fuck, how much money would you have to make just to kind of like sustain that sort of life? You know, sustain it, not to have like excess. You get me?
At least 750,000 a year, maybe.
Think so?
Because I'm just thinking just to sustain.
But I mean, if you're gonna be paying, I'm talking about penthouse, the penthouse, the 1 million penthouse. Like, I don't think you would be able to fucking sustain that shit.
The benefit of like an apartment or a penthouse is there's no worry about maintenance or anything like that. So that drastically cuts a homeowner's, you know what I mean? Because that
Right,
falls to the
right,
building.
right.
Like if I didn't realize you were talking about like the penthouse.
Yeah.
Because I was also thinking like, you know, lawn care, gardeners and all that shit. But if you don't
Yeah.
have any of that stuff, even if something goes wrong, it's like that's the building's problem, not
Yeah,
yours.
that is true. 750, fuck, dude.
That's why it's mainly like actors or people that get diddled for money and
Exactly.
shit to be models and actors and other things.
This just got me more depressed.
As it should, Will. As it should.
I know, right?
You brought money into
Honestly,
this.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about this. It's like I don't want to do this anymore.
You know what? It was fun at first. I'm not saying it's not fun anymore, but like when you because I do listen to the episodes normally like with Pigs because I have access to the raw files and
Right,
stuff.
right.
I listen to it before it goes up, but this one I have to listen on Spotify,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I had more fun recording that than listening to this. And I'm like,
because
and
like,
now I'm like, when I look back and I'm like, actually, yeah, this is making me sad now.
it's like I like the stuff that okay, I'm not gonna lie that I'm always, you know, like in some way I'm exposed to the fucking political shit one
Yeah.
way or another. Sometimes I try to tune it out. Sometimes I just can't. But like the more like the conversations that we have here constant, just like bringing up to like the like just the sad state of affairs that we currently live in, you know, and with little to no hope of
Yeah.
it getting any better, you know, it's like it's progressively getting worse. I'm not sure this is doing anything good for my mental, dude.
Dude, like, so like when we first started, I started watching more like political content on YouTube and
Right.
like, and not to say like DeFranco's political, but like more stuff like that too.
Or
And
like
then-
newsy stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
and then it got to a point where I'm like, I can't do it today.
well, I mean, the fact that DeFranco no longer like there is no time where there isn't a political story in his
I know.
fucking feed anymore. Like that's the sad part about it.
You know when I kind of stopped, like legitimately for a good minute, was the Trump Jesus God AI
Oh
thing.
God, yeah.
At that point, I'm like, this is it. Just
It is just fucking ridiculous. And I mean, I think one of the things that like what's even more fucking is just the fact that we gotten to this point where the different how our government decides that they would rather to represent big corporations or the rich over the people as the whole, right?
Yeah.
And just like how far things like I'm going to use this to segue into the story of the 8-year-old girl, but how at this point, like corporations or just big companies that are worth so much money, they just really don't give a fuck and they'll just try to do whatever. They'll do the bare minimum to see if they can get away with it. And a lot of times they do end up getting away with it. That's the fucked up part about it. But I say this because there's a story that I recently heard about. And basically an 8-year-old waived rights to sue according to Roblox in wrongful death lawsuit. This was from what was the place? The Courier Journal from, I believe it's in Kentucky. But basically, this 13-year-old girl, let me just read out. So, parents of Audrey Hine, a 13-year-old girl that took her own life on her 13th birthday, are suing Roblox, TikTok, and Discord for wrongful death, claiming Audrey was exposed to harmful and violent influences on their platforms. The lawsuit alleges sites trusted the safety and community standards kept the platform safe for children, and sites set parental controls on her daughter's account, believing that they would ensure her safety. Responding to a federal court, Discord argues the case should be dismissed because Audrey entered an adult birthday to circumvent the age verification process when she was 8. TikTok responded by saying that the claims are too general to be put into trial, and Roblox claims that 8-year-old Audrey waived her rights upon creating her Roblox account and continued to waive her rights when buying Roblox digital currency.
Especially now, I keep hearing this whole kind of little discourse of corporations aren't people.
Yeah.
Our government seems to treat them as people.
Right.
And God damn it, dude. How the
let it out. Let it out. Because honestly, like, this shit's fucking ridiculous. The absurdity is like peak, dude.
Look, this will be the only mention out of it, but it just I can't. This will never leave my brain because I do not understand how the people that did this are in power. But they, you know what? No, it doesn't surprise me. These are the people that fuck kids. It doesn't surprise me that they're okay with shit like this happen. How does an 8-year-old do anything legally, like contractually or anything like that?
How can an 8-year-old sign a contract?
That's what I'm saying. Like how?
Yeah.
How do you give up rights?
Yeah.
An 8-year-old doesn't know what fucking rights are. Like in legal terms.
Yeah, like we're not expecting we're not expecting children to be able to understand a contract, so therefore they're not liable for fucking anything they sign, like anything of that sort. Any agreement that they have as far as like legal binding contracts, like it's null.
If you create a product which, by virtue of using that, having to use that product, requires you to apparently waive your legal rights for use of that product, then you shouldn't market it to kids.
That's one of the things that like the video that I was watching was from Inside Gaming where they provided the article and gave their commentary. It's like your fucking product, like your platform is for children. It's being marketed to children. You have that responsibility to fucking make sure that your fucking platform is fucking safe enough for children to use.
I don't know if this is the correct term for it, but like I'm just gonna say it. Isn't that some sort of entrapment or something? Like if your defense is going to be, well, signing this and buying our online content automatically waives your rights, but you know your target audience can't legally do that. Like, doesn't that seem, aside from the skeeviness
that's
of being
the thing
like,
though. So like the whole EULA thing, because that's what it's end user legal agreement, right? All that stuff, I like. It's you can't fucking like kids cannot fucking agree to those things. I think like there has to be a minimum age.
It's 18
for that to be actually legally binding, you know, in any sort of way.
Which because it's a contract.
It's a contract. Yeah, yes. Exactly. Like
which you have to be I mean, if you're not, a parent has to be there.
Yeah, a parent or guardian has to be there. And you can't assume that they did it because, I mean, it's online. You can't fucking do that. So
you can't even make a fucking bank account until you're 18.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can, but like you have to have a guardian. You have to
have a legal guardian or a parent or guardian. But I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't even understand how like the fact this is just them making an argument for why they should dismiss the case, right? But I mean, like one way or another, it's like, come on, think about it. How the fuck does that, like, how shitty? Well, I mean, and it makes sense. I don't expect a fucking corporation to have feelings towards its fucking customer base or anything of that sort, especially if they're like even children. But I mean, how fucking heartless is that? The fact that you're like, yeah, fuck it, we're gonna try to get away without doing anything, like without any even like in some sort of way improving our platform and or give some sort of like, you know, restitution to this family. You get me? It's fucking stupid, dude.
The only kind of hope I have is because I think, if I remember correctly, because the Meta's going into that suit.
Yeah,
I think. I forgot they said something where like was it just because of the suit's going forward or something like that? Something happened where it wasn't like, it was kind of a blow to like Facebook and shit and Zuckerberg. I think it's because they're going to go forward with the case, or I don't remember. There's something I seen. I didn't really pay attention to it.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, one of the things, here's the thing that to me kind of makes this a little bit more like.
Well, real quick, my point was I thought there was something positive that came that like it was going to move forward. So my thing was, hopefully that mindset carries over to this.
Oh yeah. I get that. Yeah, but like I hope that it goes to trial, and I hope that fucking
the Facebook thing.
Well, no, the whole this, and I hope that Roblox gets their ass fucking eaten, because quite frankly, they are fucking like, I think they're worth like 43. I don't know if it was 43 million or $1 billion.
It can't be billion, can it?
I don't know.
How the fuck is every company $1 billion company now?
I don't quote me on that. Here, I don't remember what it's worth, but I mean, it's worth a lot of money. I mean, to the point where like the moment that they were going fucking like public, fucking what's her name, Nancy Pelosi invested in it. A lot of senators invested in it. So like they knew what was going on. I haven't played Roblox because I mean it's all kiddie shit. So to me, it's like it's not a plot. It's not something that I should be.
Wasn't it? I thought it was like Minecraft, isn't it?
Sort of similar to Minecraft, but not really.
I wanted to play it because it looked fun, and then I learned like there's a lot of like creeps and shit like that.
No, there's a lot of shit like that.
With that.
But I mean, like basically, what Roblox, from what I understand, it's basically a sandbox where you can create other games.
Yeah.
And so then that's how fucking what was that one game? There's a game that came out on Steam where you go into these places to repossess shit. I forgot what it was called.
Isn't it just Repo?
No, not it was not Repo, but it's similar to Repo.
The ones with, is it the one with
the guys in the suits with the hazmat suits? I forgot what the game, but the whole point is the guy who created that game did it in Roblox first, and then he decided to create it for outside of Roblox. But Roblox has a lot of games like that where it's kind of like you can create games. Some people were fucking playing Squid Games in fucking Roblox. So like there's a bunch of shit like that. And
yeah. Oh, sorry. I heard it described as like a virtual like meeting space.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a playground.
Yeah.
You go in as your avatar, and then yeah.
And then like people were able, like they created that sort of shit.
Groomed and stuff.
But I mean, like, given that like you have adults that fucking play this game, you know, and that they're verified adults, I'm assuming, because I mean. But like Roblox made it so that fucking I think at one point they were making it so that nobody above 13 can play or can talk to or interact with people under 13 or something like that. Some stupid shit. But I mean, it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, look, it's a fucking like your platform is meant for children. Do better. Make sure that you're fucking like you're keeping that shit safe, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, one, legally, you don't want to get into the fucking muck with this shit. You don't want to get fucking sued into oblivion, because when it comes to children, well, actually, never mind. We've had school shootings, and we look at that. So like we have.
I'm nodding like, go on.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
There's
anymore.
nothing sacred anymore.
There's nothing sacred anymore. But I mean, like, they do take it a little bit more serious in comparison to other shit. So I will say that. But like, yeah, I mean, like, don't you want your customer base to be happy? Don't you want your customer base to be safe? Don't you want to make sure that you have longevity with this? You know, no. Okay, well then, I hope you get sued into oblivion because, quite frankly, you
their
deserve
customer
it.
base potentially has disposable income. That's all a child's income is disposable.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, how many stories have you heard about kids fucking spending so much money, like of their parents' money, you know, basically having like thousands of dollars because they had access to their
Fall
parents.
Guys? No, that's a different game.
No. Fuck, now you're going to make me look for it.
No, I can hear it in my head and it's not, it's all
Because
scrambled.
it's in my fucking list. I played it before.
I know you have, and I keep wanting to play it too. Don't give me the name, just give me the initials.
Fuck, I can't even sign in.
You're terrible.
Anyway, I don't remember the name. But yeah, I mean, the absurdity of like this fucking corporation basically saying like, oh yeah, she waived her rights at 8 years old.
Obviously, like, they have lawyers, and the lawyers are coming up with this. I guess that's what I'm stuck on the most is like, there has to be something obviously that I'm not seeing because a lawyer had to come up with that. So it obviously can't just be as easy or black and white as, well, she's not legally able to get, waive rights because she's not legally able to do contracts and stuff.
I think they're just because they know they
Are they just throwing shit at the wall?
They're throwing shit at the wall just to see what sticks. Just because they know that it's a bad fucking rap. It's like it's a bad look for them, and it's like it could really end sideways for them. But I mean, like, to go to that extent, dude, to like that's your defense, that's really your defense.
I mean, that's really bad if that's all you got.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's your defense. You get me? Like that's your defense. Like really?
But also maybe not. Maybe they're just that shameless.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
you know what?
Because look, if you say that shuts down everything else. Like if you just immediately go for the throat, that's being like, hey, the rest of you fuckers, you don't like it, don't play the game.
Yeah, don't play the game. And like,
you know what I mean? That she would be the proverbial fucking head on the stake at the gates of the kingdom, you know what I mean? To ward off other people trying to sue. Because we'd be like, we don't fucking care if you're a child and you killed yourself.
Yeah.
You have no rights with us.
And I mean, like, I like, based on what I read from the fucking article, like the girl just basically was being bullied in fucking Roblox, dude, which is fucking sad. Like, I don't know. I want to open up the conversation in a more broader perspective. Not to like try to fucking like move away from the shittiness that Roblox Corporation is, but more so like just kind of like, we don't have kids, so we have a very unique perspective on this. But in this fucking in this time and age where like a lot of kids' interactions are more done online and through all of these like social applications like Roblox, fucking Facebook. Well, I don't even think they use Facebook, but Instagram and TikTok and all this other bullshit, right? If they play games, they're probably playing something like that. How do you as a parent protect them from that?
I think it's kind of easy. Like obviously you can't watch them 24/7. So when they're out in the wild, they're out in the wild.
Yeah, they're out in the wild.
But like I seen on TikTok, well, it was YouTube, but it was someone's TikTok video that they were showing. It was like a react to kind of thing. And it was this mom, and she's like, oh, come with me to Best Buy to get my kids their first iPads. The kids in question were, I think, 3 and 4 or 3 and 5, something like that. What the fuck do a 3 and a 5-year-old need with iPads? You know what I mean? Like I see 8-year-old or like middle or elementary school kids with like Apple Watches.
Mm-hmm.
Like for what?
They don't need that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, I guess they would use it for tracking the kid just in case if something happens to them, because you can track them through the Apple Watch.
Put a fucking AirTag on them. AirTag the motherfuckers.
AirTag piercings on their ears, just like cattle.
Just a real like fine slit, and then just insert it under the skin.
Insert it under the skin.
No, just keep it in their backpack.
Well, I mean, like, but that's the thing. Okay, like, I know that I'm just like fucking,
Okay, but here's the other. Okay.
Going through like the worst case scenarios.
So
let's pretend that it is in the backpack. They fucking leave their backpack somewhere and they get kidnapped with. You get me? Like, it's like, I understand.
Yeah, but they're kids. They can do the same thing with a watch. They can break the watch.
True.
You know what I mean?
Like, true. That is very true.
So they don't need an iPhone. Just get them a phone. The phone that doesn't need internet. All you need as a child from, I'll say elementary school. I don't know what age, but whatever. I don't know at what point. Maybe at some point in middle school. You don't need a smartphone.
Yeah.
You don't need an iPad. If you're gonna have an iPad and shit like that, you're not gonna be on it all the time. Like, you want a console, you want a game on PC, fine, but it's not gonna be in your room. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're not.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that definitely when giving kids consoles, it should always be like in the family room or
Yeah.
something like that, never in their own room, because maybe once they go into high school or something like that, you could put them in their room. But
I figure by the time you're in high school, we'll both get you a fucking dope ass gaming rig for your fucking. But until then, you don't.
Yeah, you don't need something
need
like that. And yeah, definitely having the console in the family room is like something that I never really thought. But I mean, yeah, because I mean, like.
Also, dude, just fucking when they start using the internet and you start letting them just do that shit on their own, be real with them. Be like, there's a lot of fucked up shit on there. And there's a lot of shit that, let's be honest, you're going to want to see. And I know you're going to look up. If you're going to do it, fuck it. Use these sites at the very least. You know what I mean? Don't try to be, like just be fucking upfront.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I don't know why people are afraid to like talk to their kids or like, why do you try to shield them from everything? Because it's not helping.
It's like, it's this very intense coddling of their kids as if they were going to be like never exposed to these elements and somehow like, and I think that's one of the reasons why like it ends up catching these kids off guard and it fucks them over in the end, because quite frankly, like there has to be some sort of exposure, and it's better for you to have a controlled exposure to that, to I'm not saying exposing them to like the fucking worst of the worst, but at least exposing them, like easing them into it so that they have some sort of understanding and then can pick up on some sort of like, you get me, like some cues is like, oh shit, this shit could be bad, so I probably shouldn't go forward with this, rather than just being like, oh no, the whole, like trying to keep them like safe and like they're in basically fucking wrapping them up in bubble wrap to make sure that they don't fucking like get hurt or anything of that sort. But definitely everything that you said to me at least sounds very fucking just rational to do with kids.
A lot of it just comes down to fucking simple parenting and like, not that it's simple, but just like, I don't know, like and it's mainly just millennials that are having these fucking kids. I feel like
they should know better.
Yeah,
honestly,
really should. You really should fucking know better.
They should know better. Honestly,
I don't understand that millennial mindset of like, oh, we yearn for a time without cell phone. Then stop giving it to your fucking kids. Yeah. Like, stop propagating that whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, break out, buy a fucking record player then, and play that on that shit for them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Find a fucking cassette player. Both of you go out and get cassettes. You like do that shit, bro.
Yeah,
like. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
That's very true. There was for one of my there was an English assignment. I sent you the article.
Make them read a fucking book. Damn it.
But I sent you the article about how like there was a studies about like reading like you learn better if you read from a book rather than from reading from
on the screen,
from the screen and stuff like that. But like the article opened up with like this video of this YouTuber who's like filming his daughter interacting with a magazine and making it seem like the little girl who was used to using tablets thought this was a tablet and stuff like that, and just making it seem like she was just fucking dumb and like very like like oh, this generation will never know what magazines are and they'll never know how to interact with magazines. It's like, dude, they just haven't been exposed to it. It's like
yeah, like everyone needs that.
Yeah, you need to have some sort of exposure to them in order, and you need to get them used to it, because I mean, quite frankly, like. Hell, what happens? What if Armageddon happens and like we're left in some fucking shitty ass post-apocalyptic world where like technology no longer works because whatever they took the internet down or something like that, like in South Park.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just like stuff like that. I don't know. I like
I've seen videos like that where like a parent or whatever or a kid will fucking like stumble across like I seen one where they stumbled across like a VCR and like, what the fuck is this? And they showed it to them and they're like, because they were like, you don't, of course you're going to be kind of amazed or whatever, because it's like you've never seen that shit before.
Yeah.
And like to your point where people are like, oh, this bro, that shit was new to us at some point too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Like even from the jump from, see, that's the thing. Again, we should fucking know better. Yeah. Like we experienced all these fucking jumps and we had to learn all these things just because like they don't have that, I guess, forced necessity to have to catch up or keep up with like constantly changing and evolving technology, because it's kind of plateaued for the most part.
Yeah, it has.
Like you don't shit on them for that. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing new for them to learn, and there's no need for them to like learn shit now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We're like our generation. You fucking build PCs from the fucking ground up, bro. Like people can't fucking do that. Like I said in my fucking interview episode, I had attorneys who could not hook up computers. I don't know. I know jack shit about, but I know this color goes to this color. You know what I mean? These holes match up with these holes. Like if you know how to fuck, you know how to hook up a computer.
Yeah,
like
right.
it's that simple.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's just you need to expose them to this shit,
Yeah,
and it's your responsibility to do it.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's just very
as a parent. I should.
I mean, like, yeah, to me, it's just like, again, going back to what I said is like, millennials, we should know better. Why the fuck aren't our children like way better than we are? Because like, legitimately, we should be passing that fucking like,
yeah,
that knowledge down to them. They have all the tools to make them into fucking super intelligent kids now. It's all easier for them to absorb it, yet somehow we're fucking like we're not doing it right. Like, I legitimately don't understand. And thank God I'm not going to have children yet, or at least I don't plan to. But I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, honestly, I don't understand why this is so difficult. And then like, just the fact that like, again, with the internet thing too, it's like we've been exposed to the internet. We've known about how many scams do you know about that happen in the internet? And yet somehow like these kids are going to fucking find like, they're going to be like, end up getting scammed in the internet too as well. Like why aren't you passing that information down to them?
This is the thing that you got to go, all right. So as a millennial, you grew up with stranger danger and all this shit. Same thing applies, but it's all online now. That's all you got to do.
Really?
You just, all the conversation has to be.
Yeah. And I mean, like the other thing too is like it's a hell of a lot worse now because it's all anonymous and you don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
Like you legitimately could think that you're talking to someone at your own age, but guess what? It's a fucking 40-year-old man that's trying to get you into his house. You got me? Like it's some bullshit like that, or it's some fucking some fucking teenager that's just trying to shit on someone or something like that. This is fucking ridiculous. But I mean, like again, we grew up in that shit. Or at least I myself, like I fucking like when I was playing games, like there was always that sort of bullshit, you know?
Well, see, the other thing though too is like we grew up with it, but not so much with it. The kids now are growing up with it.
Yeah.
We evolved with it. Like this isn't going to go where the last, but I'll use a nature analogy. We evolved with, as the youth, as millennials, when all this shit was happening, we were a prey animal.
Yeah.
And the internet was the predator.
Right.
And us that came out of it, that, you know, didn't succumb to the bullying or to be kind of crass and just get my point across, get diddled from me, you know what I mean? Like we survived.
Right.
Like we navigated that. We came out. We should know why, like in nature, why are you not passing that on to your offspring?
Right.
Like you're not a fucking bird. It's not like, all right, learn to fly, motherfucker.
Yeah, right,
like
right.
That's not how we do this shit. Like we, like you said, of everyone should know all this more than it, like the back of our fucking hand, because it is. And yeah, we're just, millennials seem to be pretty shitty parents.
They really do. Or at least from what I'm hearing. Unless what I'm hearing online is just an oversensibilization of like what's actually happening. But I mean, from the most part, like it feels like,
unless it's one of those situations where just because everyone's so connected now, like it was always this kind of bad and you just weren't really hearing about it.
The other thing that I'm thinking about too is possibly just like, well, maybe parents that shouldn't have been parents became parents and they just don't, you know.
I know we've chat on millennial parents and just parents in general, but I will say this though, in all fairness, the social media thing has changed quite a lot since we started.
That definitely has.
Which I think even like millennials fell into that trap.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think very many people came out of that unscathed. You know what I mean? So I will give them that in the terms of just getting sucked into something like that and then having it fuck with your mental health and self-esteem and all this stuff.
It's crazy how much of an effect it's had though, too.
No,
when I think about it.
But when you think about our social media, was vastly different from theirs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because even ours wasn't instantaneous. Like, yeah, it was, because if you were sitting at your computer or laptop or whatever, then yes, on MySpace or Facebook, you're talking. We didn't have the phones that can do that the way they do now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right,
so like, but again, just don't give your kid the phone.
Honestly, like, parenting advice from people who are not parents.
Yeah.
Don't give.
But I have a lot of toys, so I'm close.
Here, rule number 1: don't give your kid a fucking a smartphone if they are in elementary or middle school.
Yeah. When the device is smarter than the child, that's not good.
That's not good. Yeah, exactly. They definitely don't need a tablet, and they don't need any of that sort. Consoles, keep them in the family room. Computers, keep them in the family room.
And I hate that argument of like, oh well, then they'll get picked on and bullying for not having it. They're gonna get the point is they're getting picked on and bullied online. So like, pick your fucking poison.
Yeah, but like, where you like, it doesn't matter.
If my kid is getting picked on and bullied and or whatever, I'm not advocating violence, but if it gets, then I don't know. But just you can walk away from situations like that. I don't know why. That's the other thing. Like, it's not to minimize it because bullying and all that is it's bullying, but shut off the screen then, bro. You know what I mean? Like, step away.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta like. I don't understand the draw to keep going back to it. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? Given, okay, I'm not saying that I've been exposed or that I've suffered from like online bullying or anything of that sort from the current meta, as far as like social media or anything of that sort. One of the things that I definitely can see is the addiction to feeling like the content that you're pushing out is actually like getting attention, if that makes sense.
No, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like, let's say like this girl who was bullied on Roblox.
Right.
Like I get that you like Roblox and you may even fucking love playing it, but like I guess people are in toxic relationships all the time, so I don't. You know what?
This is me and Destiny too, dude. I mean, like it's a shit game, but goddamn, I still play it.
No, it's not a shit game. It's a shit developer.
Yeah, it's a shit developer, but I still play it. But I mean, like, look, I think in the same, and I'm not trying to compare myself to what this little girl probably did, but in the same way that like I use video games as my escape from everything, I wouldn't be surprised if she was using that for the same way. It just sucks that the what she was playing or her escape was essentially just a bigger pot of fucking hot oil. You get me?
Probably would have been better off trying heroin. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, probably. And the crazy thing is, like, because I mean, like all articles do, like they give you more details about the person, right? And she was like learning how to draw. She was like listening to Nirvana. She was gonna learn how to play guitar and all this other shit. And it's like,
so she just followed her hero.
She's just following her hero. And it's just like, but I mean, like, I don't know, dude. I'm like, I'm not a parent, so I can't really like. Again, like my opinion is very, very fucking like uninformed. So I will grant that.
And that tangent or that little offshoot is not to put any blame on her parents for what happened to her. That was just I mean, because the other thing too, and I don't say this with malice, like kids can be little shits. So even if stuff's wrong, they're not always going to want to tell you. You know what I mean? So I get that. Like, and it's hard to tell when someone is having
when they're having issues like that.
So.
But Roblox is a piece of shit company, and I hope they fucking get sued into the ground for this bullshit, because under no circumstance should you in any sort of way use the defense that the 8-year-old waived their rights to sue, which is fucking ridiculous.
It's crazy that you're 100% okay taking the rights away from an 8-year-old.
Right?
That's beyond candy, bro.
And it's a fucking dude. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't get it. I
in a world where children don't even have rights,
right? Yet somehow abortion is illegal and it's bad, but they can waive their rights to a fucking corporation.
Well, because they're not really a child. I'm gonna make no. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Oh no, but the baby wouldn't be able to sign it. Gosh darn it. I was gonna say I can make it like an abortion clinic, but like disguise it as something so when the pregnant mother signs up, you know, she can get the abortion because the baby has no rights because they waived it. But the baby can't sign it.
Yeah, the baby can't do shit.
I know. I got it.
What? How bad is this?
It might be bad.
I'll cut it if it's bad.
So in my air quotes attempt to get the baby to sign the waiver, I'll stick a pen up there and wiggle it around to try to get the baby's attention to get the pen so it'll sign. You know what I mean? And whatever happens, that happens after that.
It wasn't too bad, but goddamn, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say. But I mean, okay, so like,
I felt like a coat hanger was too on the nose. So
I thought you were gonna go around with like, oh, I'm gonna have them like fucking. I'm gonna trick them through ultrasound to try to like touch the belly so they touch the screen or something.
Just turn it on and just vibrate the fuck out of the baby. Just.
But I mean, like, that's another thing too. Like the iron, like I find it ironic how for like society, like will try to do so much to protect the children, but then when it comes to like, you know, shit like this, to the extent of saying that fucking abortion is murder and all this other bullshit, but then they don't want to fucking take care of kids.
Well, yeah, there's some dude I seen on YouTube and he was going around. To the credit of the people at that rally, I wasn't expecting as many people to side with this as did, but it was the dude was there like, hey, if you're pro-life, like, you know, would you sign this petition for free lunches for kids?
Right.
There was, like I said, a surprising number of people that were like on board with it. Like, hell yeah. but a
There were
very
some that were-
unsurprising number of people that were opposed to it. And the
Right.
guy was like, well, if you care about kids so much, why wouldn't you want to feed them? You
Right.
know what I mean? Like after they're
Right.
born, shouldn't that care and
Yeah.
and worry carry on and stuff? So
Yeah.
it's not about
It's not about that. It's just basically just like removing a fucking person's autonomy and making sure. Like, look,
I think honestly it goes beyond that. It's just it's a fucked up warped religious thing, honestly. Because I can't say it's about wanting to strip autonomy from, because you have fucking women backing that shit. And that's, you know what I mean? Like that has to be some whack ass weird perversion of your religious faith.
yeah, honestly, yeah. And then there was one thing. Here's a thing that, like, on the topic of religion and shit like that. One of the things that, like, I don't want to say I'm an atheist, maybe agnostic. I believe that there has to be some sort of like big influence that created this world and created everything, right?
Like
I'm not saying
Tyler.
that, huh?
Like Tyler.
Like what?
Tyler.
I didn't hear
Creator?
you.
Like Tyler?
Tyler the Creator. So, no, I'm just like, I'm saying like there has to be, like, you can't have it something come out of nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Well, the Big Bang.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, like I am under the influence that there something like
I get you.
you get me, like,
I get you.
there-
100%.
is there a greater force? Probably. Are they like fucking interested in us? Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. Like there is no God that's like fucking over here like, oh, I'm gonna make him fucking be fat and make sure that he gets bullied all the time or something. No, I don't believe that. I believe
Those
that
are parents.
like I just there definitely is a creator, but not in the extent that a lot of religious religions make it to be. But like one of the things that, like, I saw this video where this white chick is basically saying, like, if your oppressor and you praise the same God and your God condones the oppression from your oppressor, that means one of two things: God isn't real, or God is okay with your oppression. So why the fuck, like in both scenarios, why the fuck are you praising this God?
It means one of two things, and a third thing certainly. You're a fucking idiot.
You get me? Like I don't understand how people like. And I say this because I've interacted with a lot of people who are like very like either Catholics or Christians, but this whole idea that you're being tested because you can take it and you're able to do it, right? And then you're gonna do great things. It's like, stop trying to justify the fucking like the shitty shit that's happening to you to make it seem like this is like, you get me? Like, no, this is like shit's bad. Like we have to do something about the shit that's happening that's bad, you know? Not necessarily it's like, oh, it's just the way things are.
What great things was that 13-year-old?
Yeah, exactly.
for?
Right? So it's like one of those things where it's like, dude, come on now. Like we gotta break out of that fucking
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why I brought religion. I forgot why
There's and this is why I think I prefer it overall in the long run. Like it's my favorite over The Simpsons, Futurama.
Mhm.
There's an episode where Bender's like lost in space and Fry's in trouble and he has to trying to get back to Fry to save him. And he meets like this little, like this nebulous form. And the forms are like, oh yeah, I'm God. And Bender's like, you're fucking God? He was like, yeah. Oh, and the other thing too, like Bender had like a little like life evolve on him and stuff like that. And then they died. And he's like, oh yeah, I was God too. And he's like, yeah, I noticed that. You didn't do a very good job, because they all ended like nuking each other. But he was talking about it, or talking to, this thing that calls itself God. And the gist of it, Bender gets mad for being like, what kind of fucking God are you, like, to not help? To like, you're seeing all this shit going on that you created supposedly, and you're doing nothing to better it. And so Bender's like, you know what, screw you. If you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. So that's what, he figures out a way to get to Fry. And the God figure at the end of it, he goes like, forgot the exact quote, but to paraphrase, like, if you're doing, like, he's talking about himself, if you're doing it right, people basically saying like his inaction, the purpose of his inaction and not doing anything and letting things play out is not because it's a greater plan. It's to motivate the individual to help, like he did Bender, to be like, hey, look, I can't sit around waiting for the divine to help me. It's to give people that kick in the ass to fucking, we need to look out for each other, not pray to some fucking omnipotent being somewhere out there. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that means that regardless is like, that means that why the fuck even make your existence known in general?
Well, yeah.
You get me?
To be fair here, Bender just stumbled across him.
No, yeah, totally.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean though.
Yeah, but like, like if that's the purpose of God's inaction, let's just pretend like, as far as like, the Christian God and everything like that. Why the fuck would you need to make your purpose known if that would be the motivation to make sure that your creation motivates itself? You get me? because of its suffering.
I never kind of thought about it until just now. Like the whole relationship that people have with God is kind of like a legitimate like parent-child relationship. Like yes, we have our actual physical biological parents, but like spiritually, like you said, all these trials and tribulations and horrible things that happen to us, we keep looking to that creator, that figure to protect us, and they're just being an absentee parent.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's really what it is. But I mean, for some reason, like we still need to fucking praise him. We still need to fucking live according to his commandments. So to this all this other bullshit. Yet somehow, all because we're told that this is what happens, because the moment that we die, we're gonna go to heaven, and you need to do these things because your prize isn't here in this world. Your prize is in heaven.
Do you think that back in the day, like legit, some entity spoke to Moses and told him the commandments?
I think he got fucked up, and he just fucking imagined that shit.
I don't even think he got fucked up. I think it was just
or heat stroke.
See, I don't even see that. I see a very fucking smart, strategic man who came up with some fucking stories and then went up to this hill and be like, these motherfuckers are out of control. I'm gonna tell him I spoke to the dude that fucking made us all, and he ain't happy. So he made us some fucking like I can see it just being like everything just being a fucking lie because for control. I
mean, religion is exactly that, or at least that's the way that I see it.
They're laws.
Yeah.
They're moral and ethical laws.
Yeah, exactly.
And we need laws to govern ourselves, just like the ones we have in society. That's
because like, I mean, our society, in order for our society to like be together and actually survive, and for the human race to survive, we need to coexist and work with each other. And we need to make sure that there's like some sort of social contract where we all abide by it to ensure our own safety and our own fucking, our own success. Because it's one of the reasons why you can't go out and kill a person, right? Because there's consequences to that. It's considered to be bad. Fuck me, dude. But I mean, it's one of the reasons why like you can't do certain things, right? Or at least was. Right now, well.
This is one of the reasons you can't do certain things if you're within a certain financial bracket.
Yes. Let's just say that. Because I mean, right now the law doesn't apply to you in the same way that it applies to someone who has money. Let's just put it that way.
Well, fuck, I don't know what rights I gave away by having some of these fucking games I have. Apparently,
well, that is true. You gave him. Well, I mean, you own nothing, and PlayStation has deemed it so too. So whatever you bought,
we need to do an episode on that. This whole buying stuff doesn't mean you own it bullshit.
We'll do it. We'll do it
eventually. This is fucking out of control.
It's getting worse by the moment. Oh shit! Is that firework or is that?
No, we're under attack.
We're under attack. Iran finally hit us.
Yeah,
with their fucking drones.
The economical hub that we are.
Right.
Actually, they're after that oil pipeline. Oh no, it's Trump. Fuck! God damn it! He's invaded
East LA for the oil pipeline. We could touch about a little bit on it too, on that right now. How everything basically right now, I think it was Google that recently did this, where there was a user who lost access to his purchases of the Lord of the Rings extended editions.
Yeah, they removed it from their library.
They removed it from their library. So they removed it from their storefront and they removed it from his library. So this guy essentially paid for
not his library. Their library.
They removed it from his library as well
because they were hosting it. So you know what I mean? Like they didn't remove it from his library because it was no longer being hosted.
Right.
I just want to specify that because that sounds way more malicious than what it actually is. But they took something that he should have owned.
He should have owned, or he should
still be there.
Should
for
still
him.
be there for him at least. That's the thing. Because so he doesn't have access to that anymore, despite the fact that he paid full price for it.
Yeah, and I just want to real quick. That's where I was going. I want to make that distinction because it's not like he bought it, downloaded it,
right,
and then he was just streaming it.
He was streaming it. Yeah. So that's something that happened. But I mean, we've heard about also like where Sony did the same thing with digital purchases of movies, right? Where like you were under the guise that you bought it and you owned it. And then it's no longer there. It's no longer available for you to stream or fucking play or even download because Sony removed it from its libraries. So like they denied you access to that. So I understand the reason why a company needs to do that because there's licensing fees and they're not paying for them. But the thing is that you're selling this under the guise that you're owning this content.
You're not have access to it whenever, wherever.
Yeah, you're saying buy. You're not saying buy the license. You're saying buy or own.
Then you know what? Just change it to lease,
Yeah,
and that's it.
change it to lease, and that's it. And then
A
basically just
one-time leasing fee.
one-time leasing or a fucking one-time license fee, and that's it. And that's what it is. The license expires when. But I mean, like, that's the thing though. They don't want to do that because they know that people are going to get smarter and they're not going to fucking want to like get me. Because when you take away the illusion that you're buying something that you're owning, and they fucking like they upfront tell you you're just borrowing it for a set amount of time, people are not like, I'm not going to pay fucking $20 or $30 for a movie that I'm not going to own when I can buy the fucking DVD and own it. And you know what? That's one of the things that I'm gonna start doing now. Actually, I'm gonna buy a fucking DVD burner and just fucking start burning all the fucking movies that I end up getting. I'm gonna have my little server there host, and I could just watch them on my PC or wherever I want.
Remember, this was on Pig a while ago. I asked you why your PC didn't have a DVD drive and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and you're like, useless.
Yeah.
How useless is it now, motherfucker? I told you physical. You never get rid of physical.
But I mean, like for PC, you can't have physical. It no longer exists.
No, but you don't. But it's a tool to help, like you said, for
physical. Absolutely.
You can make CDs and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
And it still works for physical because you can run the movies and all that shit on there. You know what I mean? Like,
because I mean, like this problem is not only just like,
wait, couldn't you download a game and then burn it onto a Blu-ray disc?
Download a what?
A game.
You could, but you would need to jailbreak the console itself too.
You couldn't just run it through the PC like that. You know what I mean? Like if you download a game.
You mean rip a game, like a physical game, and then play it on your PC with an emulator?
Yeah.
You could do that.
Yeah.
You could do stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. So like if you have a library of
so do that. Make your own library. Make your own physical copies of shit.
You can't do that with PC games though, because there's no physical PC games. There's no CD-ROMs being sent out.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like if you find a way through the seas to get a hold of that game and download it.
It gets finicky.
But can it be done?
Yeah, it can be. You could technically download the installers of the cracked versions of games, and you can store them wherever you would like to.
We're gonna start a business.
And it gets finicky because I think you could get into trouble because of versions of the installer, if that makes sense.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
So like that's where like there could be some leeway for where you can kind of get fucking.
What I'm trying to say is we're going to become the Walter White and Jesse Pinkman of this shit.
Of this shit. But anyway, going back to what I wanted to say. It used to be that you would be able to buy fucking like Adobe, fucking Photoshop. Yeah. You would buy it the year's version, and that would be it. It would be supported. It would give you stuff like that. You would get the CD-ROM and you would install it in your computer. Now they're pushing out
just leasing the license.
Well, I mean, like when you it's always been a lease for those, but I mean, like as long as you had the physical disc, it's yours basically. Yeah. But like now it's subscription service for Adobe Creative Suite. They want you to pay $25 or more a month just to have that, rather than giving you the software all at once for you to use it. And if you don't fucking pay that subscription service, well, guess what? You're asked out. You're not going to be able to use that Adobe product because they'll lock you out of it.
Wait, real quick. Why did they stop making physical games for PC?
Because Steam.
They should go back to that though.
Well, the other thing too is because like needing the CD to fucking run the game and all this other bullshit. Just like the convenience of Steam like really fucking set an industry standard of how games.
Yeah.
You get me?
Well, at least Steam doesn't seem to be scummy so far.
So yeah, not, but I mean like stuff like that. Like, yeah, like, okay. So like, what are the things that definitely like anything you buy digitally nowadays, even previously bought digitally, is not yours. You technically do not own it. You are buying a license for whatever limited time that the provider allows you to use or to pull up that fucking product that you bought to use.
You're long-term renting.
Long-term renting, essentially. So like if they decide they no longer want to pay the licensing fee for distribution, or if they just don't want to house that fuck or have it in there anymore in their servers, that's it. You're ass out of luck. You no longer have access to that, and you spent full price for something that basically is not yours, and you're fucked regardless. One of the things that when I shared that video with you and Benji, where one of the quotes was like, well, if I'm not paying to own, then I guess I'm gonna pirate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking like go into piracy. And yes, I totally condone that because I mean, if you're not paying,
Well, what was it? If no one owns anything, then piracy isn't stealing, or
yeah,
what
then
was it?
piracy
Yeah.
isn't stealing because nobody owns the fucking product. No,
Yeah.
everybody's just fucking buying a license for it and everything like that. And that's one of the things too, like that's come together, like with gaming in particular, with like Sony wanting to do digital only releases, which I mean could lead to a potential other story that I can talk about. But I see from the business standpoint where you want to get rid of physical because it's literally not bringing you as much money as digital. But at the same time, you as a corporation who's making so much money are actively decided to take this feature out or just to stop production for physical without changing the prices of the digital to make it more appeasing or more cheaper or more easier accessible for the consumers. You're still charging. Like the reason why games were fucking like, well, now they're $70, but the reason why they were $60 before is because it would take into account the fucking the what you call it, the
actual disc, the physical disc,
the actual expenses,
the packaging
of pressing,
for the disc,
all this other stuff,
the shipping of the physical media and stuff like
all
that.
These
There
other
was
things.
stuff. There was
stuff in
to
there.
it.
And so then with digital media, you don't have that. When you're selling out licenses, like there is no physical stock of a digital game. That game goes into the store. You pay whatever it is, whether it be 20-30% a fee to the store that or the server, and then the rest of it is all yours. It's basically it's net, not necessarily profit, but that's the gross sales that you're making out of it. So like why not reduce the price? Oh, because you want to make more money. You want to fucking make sure that you get all the money possible from it. And so so like what is this for? It's only to bring more profit to this big corporation.
Real quick question, because I think they should be related. So you know how like the beginning of movies, there's that FBI warning about illegal duplication and distribution of this is a federal
right.
So does that mean that's like null and void now because no one owns anything?
I don't know, dog.
Right?
I mean, it's like I paid a license for something. Well, it's for the illegal distribution, like the distribution of it, right? You can technically like you can make a copy for yourself.
So I guess at that point, define distribution.
If you're selling it,
so I should be able to like make a copy and just post it somewhere online for free because that's not distribution. That's what I'm saying. Define distribution.
I think that could be kind of like finessed into making it seem like it's distribution in court. It's a cat. I thought it was a fucking like a raccoon or something.
No, Satan.
It's Satan, imagine. But I mean, like, I think in the courts, it could be finessed to make it seem like it's distribution. You get me?
I get
because I mean, that's what ROM sites were. ROM sites were technically not like they were just hosting the files and putting them out there. You can download them if you want to. But then Nintendo came in and it's like, no, this is illegal. Like they put like ROM sites would put disclosures like you cannot download this product if you cannot download this ROM if you don't physically own the game.
That's a little maybe that's different because it's a foreign entity with foreign laws applying to their properties. Maybe.
Well, I mean, like, regardless, though, it's still a company essentially fucking trying to protect its assets by because it's being distributed or essentially hosted and open and given open access to anybody.
Yeah,
it's like.
But to be fair, though, to my knowledge, Nintendo hasn't sold shit and taken stuff back from people, right? Like they're not really a streaming for stuff like that. I get, you know what I mean? But I'm saying if I were to, let's say, buy a movie and I was able to like copy it and then download it online and just let other people watch it, something that I had purchased.
I'm not sure about that. I think that's one of the reasons why streaming sites are kind of like a gray area right now because like technically you're not downloading it, they're just displaying it. It's in the same way like if you were to have a projector in the middle of a fucking like in the middle of the street and it's projecting a movie. You're a passer, like people can pass by and watch it, but they don't own the movie. So like, but that's streaming. That's not necessarily like if you're hosting the file and giving people access to download it, that kind of is distribution.
But you're not giving them access to download it. You're just giving a platform to see it.
In that case, then no.
You know what I mean? It's just like what if I open up my own virtual fucking theater and all like the hard copies of the physical media I have, I fucking got it on my PC and just like, here's this theater, here's what's available to you.
Yeah.
Because this is what I own.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see anything.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like,
I don't know. Is that the venture you want to go into? Is that
yes.
what you want?
I said the Breaking Bad of all this shit.
I don't know. I don't know. At this point, what needs to happen is that our fucking lawmakers need to start fucking forcing these corporations to be more clear about the terms as far as when they sell shit like this digitally. Because if you do not own anything that you buy online, then it needs to be made clear to every fucking
That's the thing, though. I don't think they're going to care because it already seems like we're just trying to go into a subscriber-based society to begin with.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. But I mean, I'm hoping that with the more, I mean, we've had some good wins as far as like Senate races and shit like that. So hopefully in the near future we'll move into something.
I fear it's too late.
I don't know. I'm not fucking holding my breath, but like there's a glimmer of hope. There's like that one tiny little grain of cocaine just there, you know. And
real quick, because you said you were holding your breath. I was trying to figure out a way to work that song and take your breath away because I'm like, you just lease that shit. You don't own that breath. But I couldn't.
But yeah, I mean like it's this whole fucking situation with digital owned releases is one of the reasons why we have this situation with Grand Theft Auto 6 where hackers by the name of CyberLeak leaked GTA 6 gameplay with demands of physical release among other consumer rights related requirements. If that's the way we're going to have to go for it, if this is the warfare that we need to fight against corporations.
Here, look, I don't agree with that because I don't agree with the theft part of it. The sad part is people need to not buy this fucking game to prove a point.
Yes.
The sad part, that's not the sad part is they're not going to do it.
They're not going to do it. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's
Look,
we've been the tragic so part is shit like this has to happen.
Yeah. We've been so conditioned to just fucking buy shit that it's difficult for people to actually fucking like
it's boycott. That FOMO shit, bro.
Is it what?
It's that FOMO shit.
Yeah, it's that shit. Like honestly, like it's one of the reasons why honestly I stopped pre-ordering games too, with the exception of Destiny because again it's my addiction. But like I like as far as games nowadays, like I essentially wait until the reviews to make sure that they're good because the past fucking 5 years, every game that's been coming out has had some sort of bullshit happen to it where it's like either it fucking releases all shitty on day one and then they patch it out fucking 24 hours later, or it's unfinished, or it's just fucking some sad experience like with Anthem or fucking even
Suicide
Squad or shit
Marathon.
Like, Marathon. Starfield in particular. Holy shit, dude. Not even just Starfield. There's also the fucking, you remember that Avengers game that came out from Crystal Dynamics?
Yeah.
That one too. I was excited to play that. Fucking garbage, dude.
There's that other one, that Gotham Knights was pretty shit too.
Oh, that one too. But I mean, like, there's like so many games that have released that are just in such shit fucking statuses that it's just like, I don't understand. Like,
notice how the majority of them are from like the
AAA developers and stuff like that. So like, really, like, honestly, yeah, that's the only way we could send a message is by basically not buying it. But the FOMO isn't gonna fucking let people like, we already live in such a shitty fucking place. We're looking for the next best thing that's gonna fucking distract us from it, and they've caught on to that. They caught on to that. We need the distractions. We need this fucking, we need the content. We need to fucking consume it. We're in that fucking trap.
Fucking us up though. Like we need to like, I don't know, man. We're stuck in this weird like entertainment, social media fucking vortex. Like I don't understand how you can be so outraged about a company's move that genuinely does affect you as a consumer of their product and a gamer, but you're still gonna buy the product anyway. You know what I mean? Like it's like, I don't know.
I don't know either. I think it's just we've gotten to that point where we value more the idea of not missing out on an experience over the morals or like just like the principles of our actions. Because like you can be like, PlayStation fanboys can be pissed off about like PlayStation not fucking wanting to do physical releases, but if they just suck it up and be like, well, fuck it, I guess I'm just gonna have to buy digital now, then PlayStation is gonna move on like nothing happened. I think here's the thing though. I think that what's also kind of helping them just get away with shit like this too is the fact that it doesn't get talked about enough. It's a sensational story that comes out, it's up for like 2-3 days and then it's gone and then people forget about it and it's like we're back.
I think the average people, honestly, I think this would have been a pretty, I don't want to say a death blow, maybe, but if not, very close to it for Sony had PCs not been so expensive to build right now.
Right.
Because if that's the case and you're going to switch to, especially for something like GTA, you can get that shit on PC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's nothing. It's not an exclusive.
Yeah.
And at that point, you presumably would have long, more
No, wait.
longevity.
I think it is. I think it is exclusive to consoles for the first year.
So you wait a year.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Like, no. I'm like, but I mean, like, it's just one of those situations. And I mean, like, the thing too, it's like sure, like building a PC is fucking expensive. I think I had a friend that just recently spent like fucking like $1,700 for a new fucking PC. It's better than mine. It's better than yours too. But I mean, like, she just recently had to fucking spend that much, and like a console is like max now is going to be like $1,000.
For me, honestly, personally, I'd rather save up that extra $700.
But I mean, like, honestly, like, but they don't like. I guess the average consumer doesn't see the value in that. You get me? Like, because of FOMO. You get me?
Yeah, but also I think the people that are currently buying consoles are our generation more than anyone else. Gamers moving forward, because especially with this generation and all the tablets and all that shit, your gaming setup is everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can't do the shit you can on a console that you can on a PC. You know,
Right.
like you can have all the fucking monitors you want in the world on you for your console. They're not going to do anything. But with the PC, you can have your Instagram up, your TikTok up, your fucking YouTube up. You can be gaming. You can fucking.
You could be like one of those fucking the what you call it, the what are they called? The guys that were fucking driving the ships in the Matrix, the operators.
Yeah.
You could be an operator with all these fucking screens with all this fucking shit, basically looking up and shit.
I don't know, man.
We're
in weird times.
It is weird times, and I mean, like, I personally can't see any, like, without the only thing that I can see that could kind of save us from this is if we, as a whole collective, decide to, like you said, basically boycott shit, or if legislation comes out that is more consumer friendly. Which, given how much money corporations pump into our system, I don't see that happening anytime soon. But hopefully, with the new wave of fucking
British heavy metal.
Yeah, British with the new wave of like Democrats and the little fucking bit of DSA candidates.
Socialists.
Yeah,
not Democrats. Socialists.
There's another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, but like there's time. But I mean, like one of the things that like I found outrageous given their political system. How the fuck is it that Hassan Piker has become the big boogeyman when it comes to like DSA candidates? Why will you disavow Hassan Piker a thing now to any candidate that has fucking like it was either featured in his shit? Like how is that more important than being like, oh, what are you gonna do to help the people?
Because okay, this only makes sense if you listen to the other podcast. That's like if a someone running for political office listened to our podcast and they really enjoyed me. That's literally like, would you disavow John and everything he says because of the shit he says?
Right.
So the shit he says is very frightening to a lot of people.
Right.
So of course that's all you're going to care about.
No,
it's the keywords. It's the buzzwords.
It's the buzzwords. It's the keywords. No, but I mean, like that's the thing. It's like, oh, it's obviously a perverse way to fucking just like to basically be like, oh yeah, you're saying that you're fighting for the people, but you hang out with this guy. So like, it's trying to discredit this fucking like like. Or in some sort of way cast out on this person's ability to actually fucking do. But I mean, I don't know.
They should just plead the fifth.
It's I feel like it's just basically just kind of like a way to kind of like.
It's a distraction. That's all it is.
It's a distraction to just lock them into that conversation rather than having the conversation about the actual. But I mean, the fact that like that the mainstream media is actually moving forward with this is the plan, what they want to do, and then now it became a buzzword where almost everyone is like, oh, do they disavow Hassan? Because the same way where like fucking we're pro-Palestine politicians were being told to you disavow Hamas, bullshit. It's like, what the fuck does Hamas have to do with anything of it? What the fuck does Hassan have to do with the fact that these people are ran on a platform that is fucking for the people, talking about Medicare for all, talking about fucking making corporations pay their fair share and shit like that. Why the fuck? Why is like Hassan this fucking like? Why is he important? Why is he relevant in this conversation? You get me? Why should a politician care about being like having spoken?
They should because of votes and clicks. That's all.
Yeah,
that's why he's important because of clicks and votes and views and all that stuff.
It's just like I don't understand. Like to me, I'm just like it infuriates me because it's like this isn't the focus it should be.
From now on, people need to start going up to pro-lifers and being like, if you're so pro-life, you disavow Israel because they're killing children, unborn children.
Yeah,
in some cases.
Yep,
because bombs don't discriminate.
No, they don't. They take lives regardless. And we're paying for those bombs.
Not Target though.
No, not Target. Tax free.
They got money back on that war.
They got money back tax free on that shit. That's a good callback. All right, John. Is there anything you want to plug in?
No, I just wanted to end, Will. I just wanted to end.
I wanted to end too.
I will plug in our Twitter, IB2WPod, at IB2WPod is our Twitter.
Yeah, you could just go ahead and tag us wherever, whenever you want to, I don't know, you want to talk shit to us about what we talked about. Or maybe
stop being depressing.
Yeah, stop being depressing.
Give us stuff to talk about to be less depressing.
Yeah, give us some topics. Maybe we could bring them on and make things a little bit more brighter or something like that. You can follow me on Twitch, Chubby Chaser Pro. I haven't really been streaming much, but I occasionally get on there. YouTube and TikTok, same name. Just look it up. There's some short form content in there for you as well. And I mean, Twitter and Blue Sky, just look up Chubby Chaser Pro if you want to know whenever I'm about to go online or anything of that sort. But yeah, that is it.
Real quick, I was just thinking it would literally be less depressing to do this podcast in 2 weeks. Like it would be a less depressing episode if we just sat here reading from the Diary of Anne Frank.
We had what?
If we dedicated the whole episode to just reading from the Diary of Anne Frank, that would be a way less depressing episode than the last couple we've done.
You know, you're fucking right. Good God. All right, guys. That is it for today.
Good night, everybody.
You will see you in 2 weeks. Intro-outro song is Wah Game Loop by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0, http://creativecommons.org/licenses/by/4.0/.